In this video, I'm going to share some information related to Airflow. As you know already, I have been recently learning the open source data engineering tools. So I had a chance to know about Airflow. So I thought of sharing some information which I know about Airflow in this video. This video you can consider it is as my first impressions. So basically, if I'm learning anything new, my go-to way is to develop a simple ETL pipeline using that particular tech stack. The main purpose of the Airflow is it is an orchestration tool for scheduling the data engineering jobs. So in this video, I have two scripts which are required to operate the Airflow. So the first one is our basic ETL script. Here I wrote some basic PySpark to process the data and store it in a local system. If you see the code here, once the data is processed, it will write the processed file in the folder. By doing this, we can acknowledge our Airflow process is complete. And next one is very important, that is DAG in Airflow. DAG is something which need to schedule your task in Airflows. Suppose you have 3 tasks, 1, 2, 3, and it is sequentially dependent on each other, means you can create a DAG in a sequence order. So based on your DAG instruction which you given, it will automatically execute the task in order. So this is how Airflow is working. And if you see my code here, it is a DAG code. I have imported necessary libraries from Airflow to operate the DAG. And then I set my default parameters here. It consists of few parameters. The first one is owner of the DAG, and then how many retries you want. You can set it here, and then how much time of delay it requires to take for the retries. So this is the definition of this initial parameters. And next I have one more variable called DAG, and in the DAG I pass some values such as DAG ID to identify your Airflow job in the Airflow portal and the job schedules. Finally, we have the bash operator, which is used to run your task. Here you have to give the task ID and bash command. The bash command is something like it will depend on the jobs. Right now I'm using the Spark code. To run the Spark code on bash, I have to use Spark submit to run my script. That's why I used Spark submit and added my ETL script path into this. So that's all about this configuration. If you got the Airflow installation path, you can see DAGs and scripts, both folders are there. And if you want to execute DAG, you need to put your DAG code into the DAGs file in the Airflow, and then in the script folder you need to put your ETL script. So that's how the Airflow will recognize these two, and it will kickstart the running protocols. This is a pre-run step you need to follow. Now you need to execute this code. You need to start two things. One is Airflow web server and another one is Airflow scheduler. Once it is started running, you have to go to the localhost server to see your Airflow page. So in this Airflow page, you can go to the name of your DAG which you set and trigger the job. Now you can see the job is started running. So once it is done, you can go to the logs to see your output. So our job is completed, and you can see in the processed folder we have the processed file. So this is how you have to use the Airflow. As I said, this is my initial impressions on the Airflow. I'm learning new things on the Airflow daily. So in the next video, you can able to see some project demonstration on the Airflow. So that's all about this video. See you on the next one.